Monaco has completed the new eco-district of Mareterra, extending the seafront into the Mediterranean Sea. Mareterra is located on the waterfront at the heart of the principality, between Casino Monte Carlo and Whate beach. It is one of the most significant projects in Monaco, having been announced in 2013, and the area was inaugurated on December 4, 2024. The entire construction cost approximately 2 billion euros. I asked my colleagues from Valeri Agency to tell us more about this ambitious project.
It's a big project for the country. It's the third extension that we are doing on the sea, after the Whate beach, which is the only public beach in Monaco, just a few steps away from here, and from Whate, the area all around the football stadium. So this obviously is a big achievement in terms of engineering. The developer wanted also to focus on the ecological side, to make it and according to the international standards that are now expected from a green perspective, I would say.
Here, two buildings, the Renzo and the Jardin d'Eau in French, then 10 villas and 4 townhouses.
Even though we talk about a surface of 6 hectares, we are only talking about 124 units. The smallest units are around 350 square meters, and it can go up to 4,000 square meters with some of the villas.
So you can't find a one-bedroom apartment or a studio here?
The clientele that was targeted by the developer was really ultra high net worth clientele with only large units. This helps also the marketing side of the project, because some of the famous people decided to come on this extension, and only ultra high net worth could afford to come to Mareterra, which makes it really exclusive.
And as a foreigner, can I buy an apartment here?
Of course you can. It's just that you will have to give a lot of information. They will drive you into the best apartments related to your research. It's very confidential, let's say, the information, but anyone can buy an apartment on Mareterra.
The main questions, what are the prices in Mareterra?
We keep it secret. We don't like to disclose that. But I can tell you that today we will be above 100,000 per square meter.
If we have a smallest apartment, 350 square meters.
You can guess the range of prices we are talking about.
But what attracts people to come and live in Mareterra and to pay this price?
I think first of all the quality of the building, the position, because you are just under the Casino Square, which is one of the central locations in the Principality. The size of the units, which is quite unusual for the country, because in average we are talking about 400 or 500 square meters. And after also, I think the fact that you will be only surrounded by a neighborhood that is so special. So that helps also the quality of the social relationship you will develop with your neighbors.
Can you also rent an apartment here?
Most of the time, the people who bought, it's for their personal occupancy, but some investors decided to come to Mareterra, and some units were already advertised for rents. And as far as I know, I think there are only 2 or 3 remaining units available to rent. It depends of the size, it depends of the location, but we are in average around 100,000 per month.
What about the villas? Can you also buy a villa here in Mareterra?
Totally, we talk about 10 villas that are overlooking the sea and 4 townhouses that are just at the beginning of the little step that was created behind the Jardin d'Eau. Only villas overlooking the seas are still for sale, and only 2 of them, as far as I know, are currently available.
Other apartments are ready to move in, or I need to personalize them, to do some works?
It was delivered fully completed, but not furnished. Some clients decided to do some work inside to put their own taste and their own, let's say, fingerprints on the decoration. So those people will probably move in during spring season, but some others that are taking it as it was delivered are coming most of the time, I will say, in January.
And what are the facilities for the residents living here in Mareterra?
So, for example, in the Renzo, you have an access to the pool, the Princess Charlene pool, which is only accessible to the residents of Renzo building. Lots of outside space also, some green spaces, the Place Princess Gabriella, the Promenade Prince Jack. So lots of things to do, some restaurants. You can do everything staying in this area, basically.
Do you have parking spaces?
the Mareterra is only accessible by walk. So all the people coming to Mareterra, the residents and the visitors, they will have to park in an outside parking, which is outside the Mareterra, but literally underneath where we are right now. And then you will have access to all the space of Mareterra, but by walk.
Can you also park your boat?
It's possible to park your boats, but there are only 16 berths here. So if you want to park your boats, you will need to ask as soon as possible to have a space here.
Do you have heliport here?
There's no heliport for now in Mareterra, but maybe one day everything is possible in Monaco.
Now when everything is completed and all apartments are delivered, how can I find an apartment to live in Mareterra?
I will say call us. We have access to it, or because we directly manage some units, or we can also get in touch with our colleagues from the other agencies. But we can be your point of entrance to Mareterra, and my team and I will be happy to help and assist you in this project.
If I buy an apartment in Mareterra, can I be entitled for residency permit here in Monaco?
Yes, you can definitely, like any other places. There are just strict conditions that will be applied, and also some information that will be requested. So basically you have to find an accommodation that suits your needs in terms of number of rooms. There are also the possibility of doing a background check, your motivation to come here. You have to have a bank account open here. If you have also a professional activity in Monaco, that will help definitely. And after, each dossier is analyzed individually. And the police department has the right to accept or to refuse. They don't have necessarily to justify if they don't accept your application.
If I buy an apartment here, do I have to live here permanently or not?
You have to spend 6 months and 1 day on the territory.
If I want to become a resident.
Exactly.
And if it's not my aim to become a resident,
You can come whenever you want, so 1 month, 1 week, it depends. It can be used as a pied-à-terre. At that point, there is no need of any administrative formalities.
Can I also rent it out when I'm not here?
We don't do seasonal rental because most of the building prevents that in the rules of the condominium. And also it's considered as hotel accommodation. And so it has a lot of rules. And honestly, we don't do it in Monaco.
From your experience, how long it takes to find an apartment? I mean, to finalize all the paperwork and to move in here in Monaco.
You can rent something in 1 week. The only thing is that if you apply for a new residency, it will take a couple of months before you will get the final answer. But you don't need to be a resident to rent an apartment in Monaco.
So, do you want to live in Monaco? Please write in the comments. And if you would like to learn more about Mareterra and available properties, please message me. All the contacts are in the video description. And like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you in Monaco.